I am born in Elkhart, Indiana, raised in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I went to college in Chicago, intended on living in Chicago, but couldn't afford to. Just none of the jobs hiring there paid well enough to actually live in Chicago.
I grew up just outside of Grand Rapids. I lived here all my life. I got married here. We moved away about 5 years ago due to the economy. My husband couldn't find work here. He's an engineer, and we had to go looking elsewhere. I think the economy is bouncing back. I'm really excited about what's going on in West Michigan and in Grand Rapids in particular, and we would love to come home.
I am at Grand Valley State University. I major in advertising, public relations, and Spanish. And I hope to get into the tourism industry, which is booming here in Michigan with all the great things to do. So hopefully I can find a job there.
So I work for Bissell. I oversee global staffing as well as HR for our global operations and European business.
I work as an HR consultant with Herman Miller.
I'm the Senior Manager of Human Resources for Gordon Food Service.
I'm the Senior HR Business Partner at Fifth Third Bank. Well, West Michigan's been on a journey. I've lived here and I've lived in Chicago. I'm a returnee. So it's a kind of place where you have to really open up and try to discover what's available and find your niche. But there are opportunities and places for just about everybody and everything.
I think that people don't really realize the beautiful lakes and natural resources we have here in Michigan. You know, I've been to the Caribbean, and a beautiful day in northern Michigan on a summer's day is every bit as beautiful as the Caribbean.
I think in general what's happening in Michigan is the resurgence of the economy faster than many.
You know, being a native of Grand Rapids, this area, we're here tonight, downtown, looks totally different than it did 10, 15, 20 years ago.
If you look at the Grand Rapids area, you know, I think there's been a ton of improvement. The downtown area is growing. There's a lot of people who are living downtown now.
I think the continued commitment to arts events, whether it's Laugh Fest, whether it's Art Prize, whether it's some of the smaller events that go on, I think are just great for the city. And we do more and more to attract young people back to the city, which I think is great.
Well, I've had to come back for Art Prize, I've had to come back for concerts, I've had to come back for other things. I'm kind of jealous that all of the opportunities that there are now here, things to do, and things going on in the city especially.
I experienced when I first came here, people don't realize that it's a foodie city, that we have these amazing chefs and restaurants that are doing some really cool stuff. You know, whether it's like a place like Grove or Brewery Vivant or even Stella's for their hamburgers.
I love food, and I think that Grand Rapids has a great food atmosphere that rivals really big cities like New York and Chicago. We have a very strong farm-to-table experience.
I miss the lakes and the trees and the produce and everything about Michigan.
The philanthropy, the giving here, unbelievable that folks will, no matter what the cause is, get out and help, and over again.
West Michigan had some downturns, but we've come a long way, I think, in the last 2 years, and business for us is great. We have lots of positions that we're hiring in a variety of roles.
We look for somebody who's passionate about serving. A lot of our talent does come from Michigan. We found that people who are working here, they love the area, they love West Michigan, and they really want to put down roots here.
We're looking for people who not only have that foundational skill set or that functional area, whether it be marketing or HR or that degree or background, but also somebody who can think for themselves, can reason, has some good analytical skills. Communication is very important, especially when you are working in a global environment.
We really look for a match with regards to core values, our culture, initiative, and really someone who wants to represent the organization.
The most important thing that we look for is enthusiasm and intelligence, because those are things we can't train people on. What we do target a lot when we look outside of Grand Rapids, though, is boomerangs. So folks that maybe have a connection here and have left for 3 to 7 years to go somewhere else. They've picked up global experience or different experiences that we can benefit from that acculturation of. And usually at that point in time, they're ready to come back here, because there's probably not a better city in America to raise a family.
I think the other thing is just to get the secret out that West Michigan is a beautiful place, and it's got a lot to offer I just don't think a lot of people in other parts of the world really realize that.
Yeah. Yep. I would absolutely move back.